Alright, howdy gents, welcome to today's video about what very well may be the engine used in a sequel to either Arma or DayZ standalone. Now Bohemia Interactive, the developer of DayZ and the Arma series, launched a new website where they talk about a new engine they are developing in-house called Enfusion. If you want to check out this website for yourself, I will link it in the description. In this video, I actually plan to go over some of the details on this website, as well as I want to include some of my own thoughts about a potential sequel to either Arma or DayZ. Now, anyone who has paid attention in the past to DayZ may recall hearing Enfusion's name before. The reason for this is that DayZ standalone actually was partially developed mixing the Enfusion engine with Arma's Real Virtuality or RV engine. At the time of DayZ's development, the Enfusion engine wasn't 100% complete. So this is why DayZ only uses parts of Enfusion mixed with the RV engine. Personally, I bought into the DayZ standalone hype as a very avid DayZ Arma 2 player, so I had the game basically right away from the launch back in late 2013, and I can say it definitely has a step up or two in Arma 3, especially in areas like frame rate and animations. Now Enfusion is apparently a lot more flexible and user-friendly compared to Arma's RV engine, can also run smoothly on consoles, which is what we've seen with DayZ's launch on both the PlayStation and the Xbox. Now with this announcement about the new Enfusion engine, perhaps all the people asking if and when Arma will come to consoles will finally have their big day. Though unless they totally simplify any sort of console release, I foresee Bohemia having to give out a keyboard with every console copy they sell. So it does seem that BI wants to focus on making environments more believable, and I gotta say, these screenshots look amazing, and luckily for some of us PC Master Race gamers, as they write here, Enfusion will both be able to run on multiple console generations, think PS4 or 5, as well as a large variation of computer builds. This means that unlike Arma, where I personally feel like changing any of the graphical settings seems to have basically no impact on FPS other than changing the view distance, we might actually see a lot of high-end graphical options available in future Enfusion games for people with high-end systems, while also still having the opposite available for people with older PCs, so basically allowing older and newer PCs to run the game exactly how they want. They show off some interesting stuff here, for example the little door animation, stating that smoother animations and an improved UI are big parts of the enhanced Enfusion experience over Real Virtuality's engine. They have an FAQ at the bottom, which stands for Frequently Asked Questions, and one of them is particularly interesting to a lot of us. When will Enfusion be released? They state that developing the new engine is their top priority, and that they will be making it available to the public, hopefully, as soon as they have a solid gameplay showcase to demonstrate the engine's abilities. So when they say demonstrate engine's abilities, that can mean they are making something as a proof of concept. Now, a long time ago, a notable leaker on Twitter did mention a potential game called Reforger based on the Cold War to be worked on by Bohemia. Now, a quick dive into this because I think it's interesting. If you look up Reforger, it stands for Return of Forces to Germany, and it was the overarching name for NATO military exercises during the Cold War. Now, we give credit to Callahan59 on Twitter. They compared a picture of the showcase on the website with a picture from Everon from Arma Cold War Assault, and they look exactly the same. Now, where I'm going with this is that if you combine all this information above about Everon, Reforger, and the leak, there's a possibility here that BI might be working on a proof of concept of the Enfusion engine in the form of a Cold War era Arma style game. Perhaps it's a remaster of Arma Cold War Assault in the Enfusion engine. Perhaps it's slightly based off of it. Time will tell here, but I thought it was an interesting little bit of information to share with you. Bohemia seems to know exactly what many of us are wondering: where is Arma 4? After Arma 3's release back in 2013, and it released in the same week as GTA 5, may I add, the team behind the game has been giving us new content in the form of DLCs, supporting CDLCs with their release, but no word on any upcoming game. It seems like they're still not willing or capable of giving any information on a follow-up to Arma 3, whether this is called Arma 4, or Reforger or another title isn't really clear. Now, a huge part of Arma's success, in my opinion, is the huge amount of community support it receives. And it's nice to see BI realize this and have a whole FAQ regarding modding for their new engine. On their website, they mentioned the Enfusion workbench, and this honestly sounds mind-blowing. This is the entire development toolset of Enfusion, the same BI devs use to make games in Enfusion. Now, just to name a few here, a world editor, which I hope is something like an Arma 3 editor on steroids, with the ability to do like terrain deformation, just to name one thing I really want in a future Arma installment. And then there's a couple more. I did to ask one of my friends what some of these were, because I don't really have a lot of modding experience myself. One of the things he was really excited for was procedural animation. For example, it can make your character flinch when a bullet barely passes by you, but it wouldn't just be limited to your character. This could also be applied to fire, water, smoke, clothing, etc. Another one, called Behavior Editor, would allow for fine-tuning the AI inside Enfusion without the need for external mods like, for example, Lamb's AI for Arma 3. Now, a huge goal BI has seemingly set for themselves, and I'd love to see them pull this off, is having mods be shareable between PC and consoles. They do mention there are some platform limitations they'll have to overcome, but they seemingly very confident, and I would love for them to do that. It'll only grow the community for these games. Now, finally, an important note for all you modders out there, it will be possible to port existing mods to Enfusion, though it's mentioned it'll probably take you some time. This does mean that any work so far done on Arma games is not lost if a future installment is released. I just wanted to make this short video talking about the Enfusion engine. I'm carefully excited for an Arma 4 or Reforger, or really anything that BI puts out. For now, I really look forward to what 2022 hopefully has in store for us. For now, I hope you guys enjoyed this short video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.